So today topic then Lewis theorem from unit 5 thermodynamics and statistical mechanics. So the first question, then Lewis theorem is associated with the conservation of most important. So option C is correct. Okay, then phase to phase density is always conserved in Lewis theorem. You have to remember. Okay, so in Lewis theorem, which one is conserved now? Then phase to phase density is always conserved, or conservation of phase to phase density. Okay, so then question number 2, then according to Lewis theorem, the density of phase point in phase to phase then remain constant along tangentially. So option C is correct. You have to remember, according to Lewis theorem, the density of phase point in phase to phase is always constant along tangentially. Okay, option C is correct. Question number 3, then Lewis theorem is mainly applicable for statistical mechanics. Option B is correct. Okay, so the Lewis theorem enga applicable agana and statistical mechanics from this option. Okay, then the motion of system in phase to phase is governed by option C is correct. Okay, so then Hamiltonian equation, sometimes the Hamiltonian equation namakku therinjirukano. What is the Hamiltonian equation of motion? Then Pi dot is equal to minus then dou H by then dou Qi, then similarly then Qi dot, which is equal to then Hamiltonian dou H by dou Pi. Sometimes idhum kekkalam. Okay, this is the equation of Hamiltonian. Okay, or equation of motion, Hamiltonian equation of motion. Okay, so question number 5, a collection of a representative point in phase to phase is called the most important. Option A is correct, phase field. So in phase field it should be incompressible. Okay, so ordinary field it should be, we have to compress. Okay, but in phase to phase, in phase field it should be incompressible because volume is constant. So that's why then phase to phase is incompressible. Okay, then compared to the ordinary space. Okay, you have to remember. Sometimes reason and assessing sometimes you have to confuse. Okay, then ordinary space compressible, but in phase to phase incompressible because of then volume is constant in phase field. Okay, that is the reason. So next one, problem, a system of 500 phase point distributed uniformly in a phase to phase volume is given, then find phase to phase density. Okay, then how to solve? Then what are all the given? Here phase point is given, that is the number of phase point is 500. Here phase to phase volume, upper rho is equal to 25 meter 6 kilogram cube second power minus 3. But what is the formula I have to use here? Volume. Okay, V. Okay, but what is the phase to phase density? Phase to phase density rho is equal to then n by v, where n represent the number of phase point, then v is the volume. Apo n 500, what is the volume? Then 25. Just we have to cancel out, the correct option is we have to get 25. Okay, so which one is correct? Oh sorry, 25, it should be a 20. Okay, I made mistake. So how many times cancelled 25 from 500? 20 times. Okay, so option C is correct. Okay, so this is the important formula you have to remember. Sometimes density volume kodutittu total number of phase point ketanga, we have to rearrange n is equal to then rho by volume. Okay, rho by volume. So density volume கொடுத்துட்டு total number of phase point கேட்டாங்கன்னா just we have to rearrange and substitute the given value, then we have to find out n. Okay, so then question number 7, initially a phase field, so a phase field na enadhu incompressible, okay, occupies volume 40 units in phase with the density, here volume, here density 8 points per unit volume. If Lewis theorem hold, phase volume became 20 unit, then new density. Up here volume 1, volume 2, density 1. Up what is the new density? Up rho 2, that is the question. Okay, volume 1, volume 2 kudutanga. So volume 1 kana density 8, then volume 2 kana 20 units ke new density ennan kekitrukanga. So from the initial itself I have to say that the Lewis theorem is conservation of, we have to say that. So according to the Lewis theorem, the density of phase point in phase remain constant. Okay, so here also you have to see that Lewis theorem is associated with conservation of phase density. Okay, we have to write it down. What is the initial volume? Initial volume V1 is equal to 40. Initial density, what is the initial density? Rho 1 is equal to, that is 8. Then final volume B2, which is equal to 20. What is the final density? That is new density. Other question like ketirukanga. Okay, that is rho 2. Okay, so according to the Lewis theorem, the number of phase point is remain constant. So before away number we have to given that in MCQ. Okay, total number of phase point remain constant. Okay, then rho 1 B1, which is equal to rho 2 B2. So what is the rho 1? 8 into what is the volume V1? 40 into then rho 2, then what is the volume? 20. What is the 80 into 40? Then 320, which is rho 2 into 20. Rho 2 is equal to 320 by 20. Then we have to cancel out. Then we have to get how many times? We have to multiple 2. We have to get 32 16 times. So option C is correct. Okay, so this is the most important. Okay, so next we move on to the question number 8. So this is the one of the most important. Then this one is another important formula. This is third one. Okay, then question number 8, then Lewis theorem states the phase field became, so already we have to discuss from the previous one. So the correct option is option B is correct. Okay, then incompressible field, இதே ordinary field கேட்டாங்கன்னா it should be a compressible. Okay, you have to remember that. Incompressible na phase field, இதே ordinary field na compressible field. Okay, you have to remember that. Definitely question varum. Okay, question number 9, in phase each point represent a microstate of the system. Option C is correct. Okay, then question number 10, the dimensionality of phase for one particle moving in 3-dimensional. அப்போ phase naale 3 position coordinate and 3 momentum, அப்போ total 6 dimension. Option D is correct. Okay, So these are all the most important and important points and important MCQ we have to discuss from this topic, Lewis theorem. Then upcoming classes we discuss another topics. Then if you want to join regular classes and test batches, and if you want study material or notes, you may contact through WhatsApp or Telegram, and also download the app from the Google Play Store from DPN Academy. So all the link will be given in the description if you are interested to check out. Okay, thank you.